to what we're experiencing right now. I want to talk to you about the season of change. We are now in the process, though it be a little unusual, of moving from winter into spring, from winter to spring. And this is a time of transition and absolute transformation. Transformation. In the physical, natural world, there's a lot that's going on behind the scenes, that's going on below the surface that you cannot see with your eyes. The actual process, but you can see its effect for sure. We're moving from a time of cold into a time of warmth, from the darkness of winter into the light of the spring and the summer. So it's a time of transition. It's a time of change. It's a season of change, literally. And if you allow it, can also be figuratively a time, metaphorically, for you to create change in your life. There's a scripture, Romans 12:2, that says, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. We are transformed when we can renew our mind and think in a new way, go in a different direction, create a new habit. This is called since from the early church times, it's been called the time of Lent or Lenten. The word Lent comes from the Anglo-Saxon word for spring, which is derived from a verb meaning to lengthen. Lent comes in the spring when the days become longer. For many people, Lent means making some small sacrifice to give up chocolate or TV or some other habits that you'd be better off without. It's a nod to the period of abstinence, a time of fasting, a time of releasing something in your life that is not serving you, that you need to let go of. And so the energy of spring, of going from February into March, March is a very transitional month. It's a very powerful month. And if you connect with this energy of transformation and renewal, you can experience a great change in your life. I believe in that. George Bernard Shaw said, progress is impossible without change, and those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything, because all change begins in the mind. And so a lot of times folks have used Lent as a time of fasting and a time of prayer so that we can release these bad habits. The idea is to give up something or release it to the divine and do it consistently for 40 days. And you will experience a transformation or a change in your life. Rick Godwin said, one reason people resist change is because they focus on what they have to give up instead of what they have to gain. It's important to know that your brain needs time to rewire itself so that a new habit pattern can be established. In the beginning of making a new habit, you're going to likely face the challenge of the old mindset of resistance, which we've been talking a lot about. Your feelings will also work to pull you down and to keep you in that old frame and state of mind. Now, if you understand this in advance and you know that your mind is going to work against you, because your mind wants to keep you in the status quo. It wants to keep you on the train track that you've been traveling on. So if you want to go in a new direction, you have to be steadfast and you have to trust and you have to have faith and you have to have consistency. Say it with me, consistency. Consistency leads to change. Robin Sharma said that change is hard at first, messy in the middle, and gorgeous at the end. Mm. So it's important to take moments to breathe deeply, to affirm what you want rather than what you don't want, and for asking for help along the way. And after 40 days, you will be amazed at the changes that can take place in your life if you agree, if you decide that you want to change, because we have to have the desire first. That is so powerful and so important. Now, Socrates said, the secret of change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new. Isn't that powerful? Now, Charles Fillmore, co-founder of Unity, he believed that the same could be true for all of us. He suggested that we use this season of change, this season of Lent, to release the negative thoughts and feelings so that we could wake up to and realize the abundance that was around us. He taught the practice of denials, affirmations, not denying the reality of a situation, but denying its power over you. In other words, I deny the power of this old habit to hold me in place. I can change. I choose change, and I choose transformation. And he meant for us to release our fears and worries and then become armed with the power and strength of knowing that we are already part of the intimate or the infinite. So for 40 days, we're going to fast some things. We're going to let go, release some things. We're going to put some things over here and not give them attention, not give them focus. You see, if you want to stop eating sugar in your life, you have to stop focusing on things that have sugar in them. In other words, if you're dreaming constantly about donuts and candy, you're you're continuing to affirm that you want the sugar. If you really choose not to want the sugar, but to choose something else, something healthier, then you have to change your focus. You have to stop thinking about the sugar. When you drive by the donut place and the hot light is on and the donuts are warm and hot, you want to look away. You want to keep going and not think about it, because as soon as you start thinking about that donut and how wonderful it is and how great it would be just to have a donut with a cup of coffee, then you will turn around because of the old programming and you will drive 3 miles back to where you saw that donut shop, and you'll go through the line and you'll get your coffee and you'll get your donut and you will satisfy that sugar craving. And then because you've given over to it, it has put you right back on the train track of the old belief, the old pattern, the old habits. So the key is to drive by it without looking at it, without thinking about it, without allowing your feelings and your imagination to take over. Instead of thinking about donuts, take a piece of peppermint and put in your mouth and focus on the peppermint instead. I sometimes, I carry with me a little bottle of peppermint oil, And sometimes, when I get to thinking about something that I want that I really don't need, I'll just put just a little bit of peppermint oil, and let it run through my system, or maybe a piece of peppermint and put it in my mouth. And you know what? It just totally erases that desire for me to um, buy into the sugar trap. So we know that Jesus fasted for 40 days because 40 is the number of change and transformation all through the Bible. When it talks about 40, it's talking about change and transformation. We know that Noah's ark, they were on the ark for 40 days and nights. There's times that others fasted for 40 days. And so the children of Israel wandered through the wilderness for 40 years. It could have been a 40-day trip, but they turned it into 40 years because they didn't really want to change. And that's what happens to us. So it's important to let go of the old and focus your attention, because where attention goes, the energy will flow. Where your attention goes, energy flows. And so it's not really complicated. It's just learning to direct the power of your thinking and your feeling and your awareness. When you're able to do that, you will discover that this God power in you is with you right now and will assist you, will guide you, will lead you, will help you if you are focused on the new habit, on the new idea, the new thought. It's what we call ourselves. New thought. What is that about? It's exactly what I'm talking about. Having a new thought rather than living in the old thoughts, the old ways that no longer serve. All right. We'll talk some more about this next week. If you can join me, this program, we call it Practical Spirituality, for every Tuesday and Thursday, and we post our YouTube video right around 10:30 or so, between 10 and 10:30, something like that, on those 2 days where you can watch it. So I invite you to stay with us, be with us, and enjoy these postings. And if you like it, let me know that you enjoy it. Subscribe, share it with somebody if you feel like it would help them. And we appreciate it very much. If you'd like to make a donation to our Unity community, go to unitychurchofgreenville.org. You can make a donation there, and I thank you for that. We really appreciate it. This Sunday, we're going to continue our discussion on love. And we're going to kind of transition. This will be kind of like a transitional Sunday as we transition into March, where we're going to discuss the power of change and the season of change and transformation a little bit more and more, and really get into it and expect some powerful results. And I believe that it can happen for you and for me and for all of us. All right. So join with us this Sunday. I think you'll find a lot of very interesting insight this Sunday, and I appreciate you being with me today. Also, go to our website and check out. We've got a workshop this weekend on radical forgiveness. This weekend from 4 o'clock, and you can join with Mariel Cheek. She will be sharing in this beautiful workshop of radical forgiveness. It is a process developed by Colin Tipping, and it has worked for literally thousands and thousands of people and helped them to change their life. So I invite you to check this out. Go to our website, and you can see on our website the dates, the times, and the love offering that you can give to be a part of this. We want you to be a part of it, and I think that you'll enjoy it. Also, we've got coming up a fantastic concert with Blake Sims coming up March the 10th. And this will be a beautiful concert. You can get tickets on our website as well for that. And coming up March the 1st, we've got a gentleman, his name is Mike, and he is a tremendous artist, and he'll be joining us on March 1st. And so check that out as well. He's a gong person, and he understands music, and he understands sounds and healing and this kind of thing. So there's lots to look at and check out on our website, and I invite you to go there. I appreciate you. Thank you for joining with me in this season of change. We'll see you real soon.